This whole season, it's been, is this the Utah Jazz? Is this just another regular season?
What did I say about them? They might win the first series, but they're not making the conference final. If they do beat Denver, I will apologize to Rudy Gobert.
I will. Okay, fair enough. Jono, you have 5 seconds to apologize to Rudy Gobert because he just made the conference finals. He beat Denver. He beat Jokic. Denver. Hold up. I am finished.
Okay.
He did all that. He committed the most egregious fadeaway to secure the series. And he's in the conference finals, which Joel Embiid has never been. So you've got 10 seconds to give me your thoughts, or you're getting the belt.
You can't be putting a Kendrick Perkins.
You're getting the belt.
You can't be doing
You're
that.
getting the belt.
Oh, no.
You're getting the belt.
Kendrick
Hurry up.
Perkins is here.
Hurry up.
Look, Rudy, you had a good series, all right? I'm proud of you. You played pretty well on the other players.
You're not his dad.
Joker.
You're not his dad. Don't tell him you're proud of him. Tell him sorry.
No. For what?
You literally said, I will apologize if he beats Denver. And you thought that wouldn't happen.
He didn't beat Denver. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat Denver. It was a team effort. But I'll give it to him. He played a pretty good series. Better than I expected.
That's shameful. I pride myself in being better than modern day media, but this is NBA casuals.
Taking it back to modern.
The Timberwolves are against the Dallas Mavericks in the conference finals. Jono, what, you don't know anything about conference finals, so heads or tails?
I'm gonna go tails.
Tails. All right.
You bastard.
It is heads.
Okay.
And for that, I think it's only right.
Yep.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are my team for today.
Yep.
The agenda is set. Anthony Edwards with one of the most shocking Game 7s, but we won't ever have to say that.
I mean, they won't. You don't have to talk about it.
We won't ever have to say that out loud. How is he going to respond? I'm expecting boxes and ones. I'm expecting all the focus to be around this guy and getting the ball out of his hands even more than the Denver series, Jono. How's he going to respond?
I don't think they'll be trying to get the ball out of his hands as much because they do have some rim protection in this series now compared to what they were facing with Jokic. But they're still going to force him against the doubles. And Dallas, they have more size and more athleticism on their front line, maybe on their front three. And that's something that might trouble Ant this series, I feel. And the rotations, they're going to be quick with it. And it's something they're going to figure it out.
You say that, yeah. Because we saw Denver try and be quick in rotations.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed is if this one guy on the Wolves has a good game, none of these rotations matter. And it's Karl Anthony Towns. Okay? If you want to help off him at all, a 7-footer from the 3-point line, you can't contest him if you're in these deep rotations.
What do you call a good game for him, though? Like just hitting open threes?
Hitting open threes at a good quantity. In the post if he has to, but if he is just in the weak side corner.
Yeah.
You know, I always go back to it. You see Book and KD operate almost two teams.
Yeah.
Okay. If Anthony Edwards rises to the occasion, if he can get the ball out there, because when it is McDaniels in the corner, you're happy to help off him much more than Karl Anthony Towns. So if you do get a bit more of that, a bit more of what Matt was saying, Karl Anthony Towns, the 3-point threat, not the greatest shooter of all time. I'm not going to co-sign that one, but if you get more of those moments and Ant delivers more than he has in the past couple of games, I think that's a recipe for disaster for the Mavericks.
Well, on the flip side, I think this series is going to be about defense on both sides.
Okay.
As crazy as it sounds with the offensive superstars you have, it's going to be a war. With Minnesota, we know how good their defense is.
Yeah.
And since the trade deadline, after Dallas made those trades, they were the #1 defense in the league as well. So as crazy as it sounds with Luka and Kyrie on that team, it doesn't make sense.
I think the numbers sort of mix together when you talk about offense and defense. You know, if you are scoring the ball at high clip, you're not getting as much. You're not getting much transition defense opportunities. We always go back to how Jokic's numbers look good, and I think that is part of it. But yeah, they have been much better since the trade deadline. And I will just say there's going to be a lot of narrative analysis on Rudy Gobert. He shouldn't be playing anymore. And you heard Draymond go on about it. And
even Chuck,
I can't believe I'm giving it the energy all the time of day, but it's overdone. It's overdone. Gobert versus Lively, for me, there's only going to be one winner. I think this is the time where Gobert shows his defensive prowess.
But Lively isn't going to be attacking him one-on-one. This is where it comes in. Like, is Gobert going to be playing drop? I would assume so, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to be letting Luka and Kyrie come into that mid-range open every single time? Is that what the plan is?
I think they're going to be okay with it, with how many guys they've got able to fight around these screens, able to throw at these guys. If one of these guys is having a bad offensive night as well, they've got 3 more where that came from.
We saw on live TV and declare, I've got Kyrie. So if that's the case, you're putting McDaniels on Luka, I'm guessing.
Are you really stressed out about that matchup if you're Minnesota? If you are going to believe in your ability to win a championship, these are matchups you're going to live with. You're going to live with.
To a certain extent, yeah.
If you're going to play this drop defense with Rudy the whole season, 82 games, and then the whole playoffs, you don't just throw it away. You believe in it. Yeah. And you're going to see that. And when it doesn't work, you've got Naz Reid, an excellent backup plan, but it's a backup plan for a reason.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your boys, Dallas Mavericks. 3-1 up, were they? Or was it the Wolves 3-1 up in the regular season?
It was the Wolves that were 3-1 up.
But the interesting thing, I guess, Kyrie, Luka, all sitting games, and you've got the big trades.
Yeah. In terms of a holistic matchup,
we
cannot go off the
We haven't seen it
at
all.
Not at all. I mean, Kyrie missed 3 games, like you said. Luka missed 2, and they haven't played any games since the trade deadline. So it's going to be a whole new series, and the first game or 2 is going to be a real feel out between both teams to figure out what the adjustments are going to be and how the rest of the series is going to go.
Never call the series a feel out, please.
Okay, going to go there, are we?
Talk to me. Where are we starting the conversation? Dallas, what does it take for them to reach the NBA Finals for the first time in 13 years?
Well, as I always say with the Mavs, it starts with Luka Doncic. And on offense, as I said, I think a week or 2 ago, every time he has the ball, you're going to end up with a great open look for 3 or at the rim, or he's going to create a great shot for himself.
Can you read my first dot point?
We're doing this again.
Just the second one under Mavs, please.
The second one?
Yeah.
The new Luka discussion will be loud. Let's focus on something else.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing new energy.
I can say the same for Ant, for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I was talking about Cat on the weak side corner, buddy.
Cat on the weak side corner is a threat you're saying.
Talk to me.
You're saying Cat on the weak side corner is going to decide this series.
Give me something that is more than Luka's going to be important. Give me something.
Okay, well, Kyrie. Can we go Kyrie? Can we go Kyrie?
Give me anything. Give me any nuance to this conversation.
Well, I still have to include Luka because he runs the show.
All right.
He runs the show. But
what about
off the back of that, you're going to get open looks just like they did in the OKC series. You're going to have Derek Jones, PJ Washington, and even Kyrie getting open looks. And with the way these Timberwolves play defense, they rotate it hard and they close out hard to the 3. They make it really hard to shoot 3-pointers. They make you attack the closeout. And in the OKC series, the Mavs showed that they were really good at attacking those closeouts, whether it was Derek Jones, PJ Washington, Josh Green, even Kyrie. And when they're attacking the rim there, they've got lob threats now. And that's something Minnesota hasn't faced yet. And it's another dimension of the Mavs offense.
It's the one thing we've been waiting for.
I mean, you've got Lively, you've got Gafford, and even Derek Jones as well as a lob threat. And that's something I feel like Minnesota might struggle to counter if they are attacking those closeouts.
How do you think those minutes are going to go this series with Gafford and Lively? We saw the plus-minus numbers from last season. How do you see that translating now?
None of them is a star. You're just going to play whoever is having the better game in that moment. It's going to be purely off-field.
Who are you starting?
Who am I starting?
Because
I'm going to start
after
Gafford.
Game 6.
I will still start Gafford.
Okay.
I will. Just to help Lively settle his nerves. He's still a rookie. Gafford's got a bit more experience within the league. And then once Lively works into the series, maybe Game 3, Game 4, if he's having a good series like he ended up having in the OKC series, I will look to start him and just go off-field there.
Look, rookies in the playoffs. It's a beautiful sight.
You're thinking Tyler Hero, 2020?
You know I am.
Yeah.
40 points, NBA Finals.
Yeah.
All your favorite guys, not even there. Not even in the conversation.
Yep.
What do you got for me? Series prediction, John. Mavs versus the Timberwolves.
Yep.
Talk to me.
Well, I've got the Mavs in 7. I've got Luka and Kai to take the Mavs back to the finals for the first time in about 13 years. And I think it's going to be a war. I think the first 2 games will be split. The next 2 will be split. And then both teams hold home court. And then the Mavs win Game 7 in Minnesota.
How much of this prediction is your love for the Mavs versus your hate for Rudy Gobert?
I mean, Rudy Gobert is just one player. I love Ant. I love Mike Conley. McDaniels, I love the defense he plays. But Minnesota have just come out of a war with Denver. It was a physical war, but it was a real emotional war. So many highs, so many lows. And I think the longer the series goes, the more it falls into the Mavs' hands. And that's why I think the Mavs will take it in 7.
Look, the Mavs played 6. I'm not too fussed about both teams. It's a war of...
It wasn't as physical. And the emotional high is losing, getting blown out by 40, then blowing them out by 50.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but Luke is also fighting through injury throughout the course of this playoffs.
Yeah.
That's only bound to get worse. Only bound to get worse.
I don't think so.
Well, John, when you make it this deep in the playoffs, there's wear and tear.
Okay.
There's wear and tear.
Going there, are we?
Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, all the greats.
Jimmy Butler, the one who gets injured in the play-in. Is that the same Jimmy Butler we're talking about?
If you liked this video.
Yeah.
If you like this video, if you like NBA casuals, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit all the buttons, apart from Jono'S. Stay tuned. Stay locked in. Ciao.